Hello everybody, Mark here, known by most as Superman. I just wanted to make a quick video. It's been a while since I've been on Facebook and I thought I would drop a quick video. First, let me say thanks to everyone that sent me messages, voicemails, all the calls. I haven't received them all yet because I just got this phone turned on. So they haven't all come through, and I'm going to try to make it a point to message everyone that messaged me individually and say thanks. But I had no idea that I had so many people that cared about me and loved me, and I'm very grateful for the prayers and everything that y'all said and done to try to get me through this. And I'm real grateful. Um, First, I guess let me try to give overview of what happened, so everybody kind of has an idea. Um, August the 15th, 2014, Friday morning, last Friday morning. 1 week and a day today. Um, I was in an accident with my truck, my Peterbilt 2013 4-axle heavy haul truck, or used to be my truck rather. It was Friday morning. I just hauled one load to the south end of the loop in Houston. And I was headed back for my second load, and I just turned on 242, headed west toward I-45, just past the pilot there, off of 59, and I dozed off. And when I awoke, I had set my cruise at 60. That road's 60 miles an hour. I set it at 60. When I woke, it was from the severe shaking from me traveling through a kind of long sweeping ditch headed down. In front of me I could see a ravine, a small ravine cut where they let drainage comes through. It had about a 3-foot wall on each side with maybe 4 foot in the middle. I knew that I was about 3 or 4 seconds away, maybe 3 seconds tops, and I knew that upon impact of that wall my truck was going to stop, in which it did. I hit the wall about 60. It tore the front end completely out from under the truck. It threw me into the steering wheel because I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I never do in my big truck. It threw me to the steering wheel, then head first into the windshield, and then subsequently threw my body against the windshield. You can't see the scars now because I'm a pretty fast healer, but I had my head was scarred up. I was pretty exhausted that day, so I fell asleep. What can I say? But upon impact, I heard a loud whoosh, and anyone that knows, if you've ever been around someone who throws gasoline on your grill, you know the sound. That's the sound it made. Both tanks ignited upon impact. When I got myself off the dash and out of the windshield, I immediately grabbed the driver door to try to open it. The cab had crushed. It had crushed in, actually sideways and frontways, and the door was jammed. It wouldn't open, and I looked out the window and couldn't see anything but fire. Fire was raging already in a matter of 2-3 seconds. Fire was raging up the door. You couldn't even see out the window. I grabbed the passenger door and violently shook it, trying to open it. It would not open. And that both tanks had lit, and that side was burning. I couldn't see out that window. The back window has bars across the back to keep the winch line from coming in, so that was not even a consideration. I began to violently punch the front windshield. Probably can't see that. Maybe a few scars on my hands. My wrists were pretty swole for 3 or 4 days. So the front windshield began to shatter and spiderweb and crack, and it just began to break up, but it wouldn't come out. And I recall laying back on the seat and asking God not to take my life like this, asking Him, don't let me burn to death. All of this has transpired maybe in 8 seconds. I laid back on my driver's seat and I kicked the passenger door with both legs, and I don't recall if the door came completely off. I thought it did, but I'm not sure. But I know that it flew open with such a velocity that it did not attempt to shut. It crushed into the breather, and not sure if it really came off, but fire rushed into the cab, and I remember making it back to my feet and ankles and diving through the fire, landing maybe a foot or two on the outside of the fuel tank. Singed my eyebrows, hair off my arms, and I remember a gentleman who was in a shop, apparently just maybe 50 yards away, had come running up to me as I had hit the ground face first, and he grabbed me by my left hand, and he proceeded to drag me away from the truck as I was trying to scurry with my legs, but my back had felt like it had been hit with a couple of sledgehammers. My right arm felt like it had been ripped off and stuck back on my body. I was pretty roughed up. He dragged me away, and I remember him saying to me over and over again, "I just saw the whole thing, and I can't believe you're alive." I'm going to say we were 30 or so foot away when the truck exploded. And I remember that because the explosion startled him, and he turned me loose. And I remember propping myself up and looking back, and I was just feet away, 30 foot away, and it was burning to the ground. And he grabbed me again, and we got further away from the truck as the grass began to burn. I'm going to attempt to in the comments post 2 pictures at least, so y'all can get an idea how violent it was. So I was taken to the hospital, subsequently fired for my job, and probably will never go back into the trucking industry. One, because probably nobody ever give me a job. I just burnt a $250,000 truck to the ground. And number 2, I feel like that God spared my life yet again in my life. He really spared it this time. I should have burned to death. There's really no reason to keep me around. I mean, I'm not all that for sure. But for whatever reason, he saw fit to spare my life, to give me the strength to kick the door open. So I cannot imagine me spending my life chasing rigs and not having a life any further. I could have lost my life in a few seconds, and for whatever reason, he spared me. So I'm going to have some sort of life. If I only make $10 an hour, I don't care. I'm going to find me a job somewhere to where I can see my house every day. I can ride my R1 to work every day. No more living in motels and not being able to experience, my family and my life. So as a result, everything that I owned was in that truck: my laptop, my GoPro, my phones, all my favorite Superman shirts, my hats, my luggage with all my clothes, except for maybe I had 4 or 5 days at my house in East Texas. Everything burnt. Everything burnt. They're not going to replace it. They've told me to basically go get fucked, which is totally okay with me because I'm alive, so I'm cool. I have my R1. I have 4 sets of clothes. I have my family. I have my truck. So I figure I'm in pretty good shape. And I'm just basically starting over. So again, that's what happened. And I'm back on Facebook again. I'm fixing to head to the gym here in a few minutes for the first time in a week since all this took place. My back feels pretty good. My arm is okay. It doesn't feel like it's been ripped off anymore. It's still there. So I'm in pretty decent shape, I think. Today I'm going to go back and start on chest and back and try to blow myself back up. Try to figure out what I'm going to do on supplements. Burnt about $500 worth of supplements to the ground. Every supplement I owned was in that truck. So it's been pretty crazy the last week, not having anything, no communication, no nothing. So I feel like I'm maybe finally getting back on track this week. But again, I just really wanted to drop a quick video to say thanks, and for the prayers and the phone calls and the messages and just everything that everyone has done to to try to lift me up. And I'm very grateful. I think I've been out of the hospital since Sunday, and so it's been quite a ride. And again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has just been there for me. It's been a real blessing to know that I had so many friends and loved ones that cared about me, and it's been just absolutely amazing. And thanks again. And I don't have a GoPro, but keep your eyes open. I'm going to try to start my training videos back. I'll use this new HTC if I can to make them. So keep your eyes open because I'm fixing to blow up, get big, and I hope to see everybody real soon. Y'all have a great day.